Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare Lincoln penny coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving into a coin that might just be hiding in your change jar right now, a coin so overlooked yet so full of surprises that collectors are snapping them up whenever they find one. This is the 1990 United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny, and trust me, once you hear what makes it unique, you'll never look at your pocket change the same way again. This little copper-plated zinc coin carries the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the front, just like it has since 1909, but the 1990 edition has more going for it than meets the eye. The detail on Lincoln's portrait, the sharpness of the lettering, and the crispness of the memorial on the reverse can be stunning when found in high grade, and collectors love chasing these perfect examples. The thrill begins when you realize how many rare errors have been discovered in the 1990 penny series. There are double die obverse examples where Lincoln's features and the date show extra thickness, giving the coin an almost ghostly second outline. There are also misaligned strikes where part of the design is shifted, and even coins missing portions of their plating that give them a striking two-tone look that makes collectors go wild. And let's talk about the famous 1990 no-mint mark proof penny, a coin struck in San Francisco that somehow left the mint without the S mark. It's one of the most legendary modern penny errors and has sold in auctions for prices that would make any coin lover's heart race. Just imagine finding something like that sitting in an old proof set or tucked in a forgotten coin jar at home. Collectors from California to New York have been hunting for the sharpest examples of the 1990 Lincoln cent, and the demand keeps climbing, especially for coins graded at the highest levels by professional services. If you come across one with full luster, no scratches, and those razor-sharp details, you might be holding a coin that turns heads at a coin show or sparks a bidding war online. Now, if you're serious about collecting, here's a tip: never overlook rolls of pennies from the bank. They might seem ordinary, but they've been known to hide brilliant uncirculated 1990 cents that were never handled by human hands, and if you can get them graded, you could be adding serious value to your collection. Also, keep an eye out at flea markets and estate sales. Sometimes people sell off jars of coins without even realizing what they have. The beauty of the 1990 Lincoln cent is that it's a bridge between the older copper coins and the fully modern era. It carries the legacy of Lincoln's image and the memorial reverse, but it also comes from a time when minting technology could produce these fascinating errors that slip past quality control, and for a collector, that's pure treasure. I've seen examples of these coins selling in coin shops in Chicago for impressive amounts. I've seen them listed in online auctions from Florida with dozens of bids, and I've even heard of collectors trading them at shows in Texas for other valuable pieces, all because this little penny can pack a big punch when it's the right variety or in the right condition. And to think, when it first came out, this coin was only worth 1 cent, just a single penny in your pocket, but today, depending on its rarity, error, and grade, it can be worth far more than its humble face value, proving once again that treasure can be hiding in plain sight. So the next time you get change at the store, or you open that old drawer full of coins, take a closer look, because the 1990 Lincoln cent might just be sitting there waiting for you to notice its hidden beauty. And if you find the right one, you'll understand why collectors are willing to pay such impressive amounts for it. Top 2. Let's dive into a coin that might be sitting quietly in your home right now, a coin that's far more exciting than most people realize. This is the 1979 United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny, and once you know what makes it so special, you'll understand why collectors chase it with such passion. This is a coin that carries more than just the image of Abraham Lincoln. It carries the history of a country and the dedication of a minting process that produced some of the most collectible pennies of the late 20th century. Struck in copper with its warm reddish tone, the 1979 penny is instantly recognizable, but some of them have details and errors that make them truly stand out in the world of coin collecting. The thrill begins when you learn about the rare variations that came out of both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Some 1979 cents show bold double dies where the date or lettering appears thicker or shadowed. These small differences may be invisible to an untrained eye, but to a collector they're a signal of rarity and value. There are also off-center strikes where part of Lincoln's face or the reverse memorial building is shifted, creating a dramatic and unique look. one of the most exciting finds for collectors are coins with strong die cracks running across Lincoln's portrait or through the memorial building. These are tiny raised lines caused by breaks in the minting dies, and each one is unique, making your coin a one-of-a-kind piece of U.S. minting history. Some even show partial color errors where the coin's edge looks unusual, giving it a character no mass-produced coin could match. Collectors in states like Ohio, Texas, and California have reported finding these error coins in old rolls, estate sales, and forgotten coffee cans, and every time one surfaces in brilliant uncirculated condition, it turns heads. When the luster is still fresh and the surfaces are clean, these coins are magnets for bids at auctions and coin shows. If you're a collector or even a beginner, here's an important tip: never underestimate a common date penny. The 1979 may seem ordinary, but it hides treasures in its details. Grab a magnifying glass and study the date, the lettering, and Lincoln's profile. Check the reverse for doubling in the columns of the memorial or in the words United States of America. These small discoveries can turn an everyday coin into a showpiece in your collection. Another tip is to check bank rolls, coin jar collections, and even older family piggy banks, because the 1979 penny was struck in high numbers, but high-grade survivors are much harder to find today, especially those with striking red copper color and no signs of wear. Professional grading can push the value higher, especially if it's a known variety or error. What's incredible about this coin is that it bridges two worlds. It's old enough to carry vintage charm, but modern enough that you can still find examples in circulation if you're lucky, and that makes the hunt exciting for collectors of all ages. It's not just about owning a coin, it's about the thrill of the find and the story it tells. I've seen beautiful error examples from the 1979 penny sell in coin shops in New York. I've seen them listed in online auctions from Florida attracting dozens of competitive bids, and at coin shows in Michigan. Collectors will often trade multiple coins just to get their hands on a perfect specimen of this date. It's in demand, and that demand keeps growing every year. And to think, when it was first released, the original market value of this coin was just 1 cent, a simple penny in your change, yet today, with the right condition and error, it can sell for far more, proving again that the smallest coins can hold the biggest surprises. So keep your eyes open, keep searching through those coins, and never pass up the chance to check a 1979 penny. You never know when you'll spot that perfect doubling, that dramatic off-center strike, or that rare die crack that turns an ordinary cent into a collector's dream. Top 3. We are taking you on a journey into the world of a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors across the country, a coin that on the surface looks like any other penny but hides secrets that can turn it into one of the most sought-after finds in modern U.S. coinage. We are talking about the 1992 United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny, and trust me, you will want to hear every detail of this story because the rarity and value connected to certain varieties will leave you amazed. The 1992 penny was part of the familiar Memorial Reverse series that ran for decades, showing the iconic Lincoln portrait on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But not all 1992 pennies were created equal. Among them exists one of the most famous and valuable modern mint varieties, known to collectors as the close AM, where the letters A and M in America on the reverse are almost touching. This tiny detail has made these coins the centerpiece of collections and the target of treasure hunts across the nation. Imagine holding a penny and discovering that it's not the common wide-spaced AM variety but the rare close AM. It's a moment of pure adrenaline for a coin lover, and these coins have been found in both circulation and mint sets. What makes it more thrilling is that the close AM was intended for proof coins, but a small number of business strike coins accidentally got this design, creating one of the most exciting mint mistakes of the 1990s. But the 1992 series doesn't stop there when it comes to rarity. You can also find double die obverse varieties where the date or lettering on the front shows strong doubling, adding another layer of desirability. Off-center strikes from this year are also popular, especially when they are dramatically misaligned yet still show a full date. And then there are coins with striking die cracks, where raised lines streak across the coin giving each one a unique personality that no other coin can duplicate. Collectors from states like Texas, Florida, and Ohio have made headlines by finding these special coins in the most unexpected places. Some discovered them while searching through old coffee cans of change, others while going through rolls from the bank. and a few lucky ones have pulled them straight from pocket change. The thrill of knowing such a valuable coin could still be out there keeps collectors searching day after day. If you are a collector or even someone just starting out, here's an important tip: always check the reverse of any 1992 penny under good lighting and magnification. Pay close attention to the spacing of the A and M in America. If they are close together with barely any gap, you may have struck gold in the world of pennies. Also, keep an eye out for coins with sharp details and full mint luster, because high-grade examples, especially of the close AM variety, are in incredible demand. Another valuable tip is to check coin shops, estate sales, and flea markets in your area. Sometimes sellers don't even realize they have a rare variety. I've seen dealers in California list ordinary-looking pennies in bins, only for an eagle-eyed collector to spot the rare close AM and walk away with an incredible find. The same goes for online auctions where close-up photos can reveal treasures hiding in plain sight. The beauty of the 1992 Lincoln Cent is that it's a perfect blend of history, artistry, and minting curiosity. It's part of a beloved series that every American knows. Yet it contains rare variations that only the dedicated and observant will uncover. Owning one of these rare pieces is like holding a secret in your hands, a secret that connects you to the fascinating world of mint production and collector passion. I've seen stunning close AM examples sell in major auctions in Chicago and New York for figures that stunned the audience. I've seen them traded between collectors at shows in Arizona for other high-value coins, and I've watched bidding wars break out online when a clean, uncirculated 1992 close AM hits the market. These coins have a demand that shows no signs of slowing down, and the excitement they generate is unlike anything else. And to think, when it was first released, the original market value of this coin was just 1 cent, a simple penny you could spend on candy or drop in a jar. Yet today the right variety can command sums that most people would never imagine paying for a coin of such small face value, and that is the magic of coin collecting, turning everyday change into extraordinary treasure. So the next time you get a handful of pennies, stop and take a closer look. You never know when you might uncover that rare 1992 variety that will make your collector heart race. It's still out there waiting for someone with sharp eyes and a bit of patience to find it. Maybe that someone will be you. Top 4. A coin that looks small and ordinary but hides details that make collectors' hearts race. We're talking about the 1994 United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny, and trust me, there's a lot more to this coin than just its copper color and familiar design. The 1994 penny was struck during a time when the Lincoln Memorial reverse design was at its peak in circulation. Millions were made, but the real thrill for collectors comes from the rare varieties and mint errors that slipped through the mint's quality control. These little mistakes are what transform an everyday penny into something people fight over at coin shows and online auctions. One of the most exciting discoveries tied to the 1994 penny are the double die varieties. On some coins you can spot extra thickness or shadow-like doubling on the date, the word Liberty, or even in the lettering of "In God We Trust." It's the kind of detail that might be invisible at first glance, but under a magnifying glass, it becomes a clear sign that your coin is far from ordinary. Then there are the dramatic off-center strikes, where part of Lincoln's face or the memorial building is shifted so much that you can see blank metal on one side. These mistakes are instantly eye-catching and make the coin one of a kind. No two off-center strikes are exactly alike, which is why collectors are willing to pay extra for them. Die cracks are another feature that makes certain 1994 pennies highly collectible. Sometimes a small raised line runs across Lincoln's portrait or through the memorial, caused by tiny fractures in the minting dies. These cracks create unique patterns that turn your penny into something no one else in the world owns, and the bigger or more dramatic the crack, the more collectors want it. I've heard stories of collectors in states like California, Texas, and Pennsylvania finding these error coins in the most unexpected places. Some came out of bank rolls that hadn't been searched in years, others were found in old family jars that sat untouched for decades. The moment you spot that special detail is pure excitement, like finding hidden treasure in plain sight. If you're a coin hunter, here's a tip you can't ignore. Always check your 1994 pennies closely under good lighting. Look for doubling in the lettering, check for gaps or closeness in the AM of America, and scan the coin's surface for any unusual lines or shifts in design. A simple 2-minute check could reveal a coin worth far more than face value. Another tip is to search through uncirculated rolls from coin shops or online sellers. Sometimes dealers get bulk lots and don't have time to check each coin. This is where a careful and patient collector can strike gold. Flea markets and estate sales are also great hunting grounds because older collections often include these small but valuable treasures without anyone realizing their true worth. The beauty of the 1994 Lincoln cent is that it's part of American history, not just as currency but as a piece of art and craftsmanship. It represents decades of minting tradition, yet the small flaws and variations make each find personal. For a collector, that's the perfect mix: history you can hold in your hand and uniqueness you can brag about. I've seen 1994-era pennies make waves at coin shows in Florida. I've watched bidding wars break out for them on online auctions from New York. And I've even seen them traded between passionate collectors in Arizona for other high-value coins. The demand is real and it's only growing as more people learn about the varieties hidden in this year's mintage. And to think, when it was first released, the original market value of this coin was just 1 cent, yet today, with the right variety, grade, or mint error, it can command prices that surprise even seasoned collectors, proving again that no coin should ever be ignored. So keep looking closely at your change, keep hunting through rolls, and never assume that a penny isn't worth your time. The 1994 Lincoln cent might be waiting in your hand right now, ready to tell its story and maybe even add some real value to your collection. Top 5, and last coin, we are diving into the world of a small copper treasure that many people have handled without ever realizing its hidden story: the 1989 United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny. At first glance it's just another piece of pocket change, but for coin lovers and collectors it can be a gateway into a fascinating hunt for rarity and value. The 1989 penny was struck during a time when billions of coins were entering circulation, and that's exactly what makes the rare one so special, because in a sea of ordinary coins, it's the few with unique features and mint errors that shine like hidden gems. Imagine sorting through a jar of change and suddenly spotting a coin with something different about it. That rush of discovery is what keeps collectors searching day after day. Some 1989 Lincoln cents have doubling in the details, known as double die errors, where you can see a faint shadow or extra line on the date, the word liberty, or the phrase "In God we trust." These tiny imperfections are actually treasures to a collector's trained eye, and they can make a coin worth much more than anyone would expect from a simple penny. There are also dramatic off-center strikes that can instantly grab your attention. On these coins, part of Lincoln's portrait or the memorial building on the reverse is shifted far from its normal position, leaving part of the blank planchet visible. No two off-center strikes are exactly alike, so each one is truly a one-of-a-kind piece. Then there's the close AM variety, where the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse are unusually close together. Compared to normal pennies from that year, this small difference can turn a common coin into a hot commodity among serious collectors, because varieties like this are not always easy to spot and require careful inspection. Collectors in states like Ohio, Florida, and Arizona have shared stories of finding these rare 1989 pennies in the most unexpected places. From old coffee cans of change to unsearched bank rolls that have been sitting for decades, the thrill of discovery never fades because each search could be the one that uncovers a rare piece of history. If you want to boost your chances of finding a valuable 1989 penny, always check coins under bright light or with a magnifying glass. Look carefully at the details in the lettering and design, and don't rush your search. Patience is often the key to spotting something special. Coin shows and estate sales are also excellent hunting grounds. Sometimes sellers overlook the small differences that can make a big impact on value, and that's where a knowledgeable collector can step in and grab a bargain that later turns into a prized possession. The beauty of the 1989 Lincoln cent lies in its blend of history and individuality. It's part of the long tradition of the Lincoln penny series, yet the variations and errors give each rare coin its own personality. It's like holding a tiny piece of American history that also carries its own unique fingerprint. I've seen these coins spark bidding wars at coin auctions in New York. I've watched them trade hands between passionate collectors in California, and I've even seen them sell in local markets where a sharp-eyed buyer spotted the rarity before anyone else. The demand for special 1989 pennies is strong and shows no signs of slowing down. And to think, the original market value of this coin when it was first released was just 1 cent. Yet today certain rare varieties and errors from 1989 can sell for impressive amounts, proving that even the smallest coin in your pocket can hold a story worth telling. So keep your eyes open, check every penny carefully, and remember that the next coin you find could be the one that makes your collection truly unforgettable. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of the 1989 Lincoln penny, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tap the bell so you never miss our next rare coin adventure. We share real coins, real stories, and real collector passion every single week, so stay curious, keep hunting, and happy collecting.